Shooting 22 long rifle 500 yards part 3. That is two 20 MOA bases stacked together. CCI mini mag 40 grain solids. That's what we started out shooting. So I'm just going to talk over this boring part here. So I'm working on editing the video and such, and I put a bunch of little speech bubbles in here where you can hear me talking like right now, and it was just horrible. So I'm just going to cut to the chase and talk over our misses here. So we started out with first of all, you should watch part 1 and part 2, highly recommended, so you understand what's going on up to this point. This is part 3, like I said. So we left off on part 2 where I was shooting CCI AR-22 or whatever it's called at 400 yards, and we were getting a decent amount of hits, but I was having inconsistency in the ammo where some would hit dead on or whatever from my point of aim, and some would be like the next one would be a foot low or 2 feet low from the previous shot, and that's a dead giveaway of inconsistency in velocity. So the not consistent loads. And I made mention in that video that I believe that mini mags were more consistent, so that's what I started out here with, was mini mags to test that, I guess, and they were not more consistent. Now I don't know if that's because my mini mags are 4 or 5 years old. Next time I go out in the next part of the series, I'm gonna try some brand new mini mags I just ordered to see if they do the same. To confirm whether or not it was because I had old stock or if CCI has just begun to slip in quality, but that's another subject for another day. I've always been extremely satisfied with mini mags until trying to shoot them 500 yards now, but they're not really made for that. So is any 22 made for that? So these first couple magazines was CCI mini mags, and we did get a couple hits. But they were just way too inconsistent. Not really left and right variance, but up and down variance. Some would hit the target, and some would hit 6 inches low, some would hit 3 feet low. So then we switched to my match grade ammo. It's Federal high velocity match grade ammo, and it was way more consistent. The only struggles I had was trying to see how high I had to hold, because even with those 220 MOA risers, bases, whatever on there, right in front of it, and double stacking them actually did make a difference. It should be about the equivalent of 40 MOA base. It definitely made a difference to where I didn't have to aim stupid high. The scope was already maxed out. It was clicked all the way up, and we put those 2 on there, and it was still shooting about 15 feet low at 500 yards because it's a 22 and the bullet drops like crazy. It's like trying to shoot an arrow. So anyways, switched to Federal high velocity match grade ammo. Way better. Super low. And I was only struggling to hit it. These are because about a 3 foot difference. I just had to aim like 15 feet high, and to that match because of spin drift, look it up. We're not going to discuss it here. Because of spin drift, my shots were going a little bit to the right, so I was having to compensate for that and aim off to the left. So trying to aim 15 feet high and off to the left at the same time is not a good formula for consistent hits. So next time we're out, there will be another part to this. I'm trying to wrap this series up and get consistent hits. But next time we're out, I'm going to put my bigger 30mm tube scope on there. It's a 4-16 power Vortex Crossfire or whatever it's called. And it has a mil-dot reticle. So if you know anything about scopes, you should know that makes it a lot easier. So I might be able to adjust a little more and not have to aim so high, and then those mil-dot reticles will actually, hopefully, let me actually be able to aim at my target instead of aiming 15 feet high. So you should notice me there pointing out that we are switching to the Federal high velocity match. Enjoy.
I hit it.
Alright guys, sorry for the no intro. Range guy up here picking up brass and shit, and I don't really like trying to record in front of people, but
I was using mini mags. They were very inconsistent. Switched over to the Federal Premium High Velocity Match, 40 grain solid. Again, it's 500 yards, 16-inch steel gong way out there. Kind of see it in the center there. My GoPro's on it down there. Trying to figure out where to hold it right now.
Again, please watch part 1 and part 2, and this will all make way more sense to you.
Take him off. He's gone. Don't you want to hear it? I hit at least one. You can't hear him with the damn headphones on.
Yeah.
See anything? I hear it hitting shit back there.
I can't see nothing.
High right. There we go, just low.
Yeah.
Just to the right?
Yeah.
There's a hit. Do you hear it? High right?
Yep.
Damn it. Getting close. It's off to the right at 500. And I'm still having to aim really high. It'd be much easier if I could actually aim at the damn thing. All this is guesswork. Damn. High left.
Yeah.
Where was that?
Can't see it.
I saw dust over it. I think it was just a tad high. Damn it, that was low left. There we go, there's a hit. That takes forever. Where was that? It was just over it?
Yeah.
It's all dust. There we go. Finding where to hold. That had to have been a near miss. There's another hit. It's just that I'm having to aim, shit, 15 feet high and foot off to the left at the same time. Imagine how high I would be aiming if I didn't have that double 20 MOA riser.
Mm-hmm.
Hit. Damn it. Low left.
Alright guys, I have nothing to hide. We definitely had more misses than hits. So from this point on, once I'm done talking here, I'm going to leave you with pretty much the hits only. Next time out with a better scope and such, as explained later in the video, I do intend to have much more consistent hits instead of 1 or 2 out of 10. More like 7 or 8 is what I'm hoping for. So that should be the next video. Although you will see I did manage a 4-hit streak if you continue watching.
There's a hit. If I wasn't having to correct so much, I feel like I could hit it a lot more. Because I'm still kind of guessing. I know the general area, but there's a hit. There's one. Hit it. There's a hit, light hit. Must have nicked it. There's a hit. Damn it. I think I just found where to hold it. When I hear that tick sound, it's because it's going over it. It's either hitting the wood or hitting the shit behind it. I'm aiming a tad too high.
Alright guys, after this first miss here, the next 4 are 4 hits in a row, so if you turn your speakers all the way up, you might be able to hear it.
Yep. That's 3 in a row. Four in a row. I got it.
I just ordered a much thinner gong, so next time we should be able to hear it much better.
Just low. I did have 4 in a row. So part of the problem is the lighting back there keeps changing. So the part of vegetation I was aiming at, I was identifying it with a certain shadow, and I got 4 in a row, and then the shadow changed, so then I started missing because I lost my point of aim. So I could actually, that's a 40 MOA riser now, or whatever it's called. I got 2 20s on top of each other, which it did make a difference. It's not shooting nearly as low now as it was with 1, but it's still not enough for a 22 at 500 yards. So I'm still having to aim like 15 feet high, and that's with the scope maxed out all the way. I lost my point of aim and started missing. If I could actually just aim at the target, not be guessing, I feel like it could at least be like 7 or 8 out of 10. Alright. I picked these up off the ground from underneath the steel when I went down and grabbed it. I got some of them flipped so you can see the bolt tail from the back of the bullet. Some of them are flipped the other way where the front hit, but they go splat on the steel even at 500 yards.